enough of that. Good evening, good evening. I just wanted to make sure that we were on because it'd be giving very much technical difficulty. Child, and I'm not about to be a tragedy in a commonplace. It's not giving that. Courtney, how are
What's
you?
up? I am doing wonderful.
Listen, first of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Millennial Mondays. How do I create a title of something and forget the name of it?
I'm the same way. I'm guilty.
Like, good God Almighty, what's going on? Hey Jack, hey Londa,
Yeah.
CC, hey, just being so me.
That's
Okay.
hard to say. It's hard to say. You can't say it fast.
I know, and then when I'm talking to everybody, I use like acronyms or I shorten everybody's name and all of that.
Hmm.
So I've never like said it or typed it out. So but thank you all for coming on. So tonight we have a couple of hot topics that we want to talk about tonight. Last night we actually had a pre-show that I watched back. Other than me over there having Wi-Fi issues, and I pay my $70 a month. Other than that, it was a really good live. Like the chemistry was going really good. And again, I thank Courtney and Josh. Josh should be on in a few moments or so. But how did you feel about last night, Courtney?
I had such a good time. I always have an amazing time with you and Josh. Y'all just make me laugh, and we just have such a good time. Thank you, CC. I saw your comment. So yeah, it's always good. I watched it back like a couple of times and had a good key, honey.
It, it's all we always gonna have fun up over here. I'm not about just being boring and everything. So um, let's see here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to let's start in on this first topic. We were kind of talking about this. We're gonna play a little bit of Jamal Bryant, honey. He's still on the docket, even though we the people kind of stand in his favor. He's
Hmm.
still on the docket
Okay.
for antics. But we're gonna talk about this really quick. We're gonna get into a little bit of politics, a little pop culture. Let's see
Okay.
here. All right,
Party.
let's.
So while I know that things, for instance, around like social issues like
Yes.
gay marriage and stuff, that changed how people felt about gay marriage when Barack Obama was in office. But I started to feel like, well, maybe if I don't necessarily think that a little boy can really be a little girl, like,
Mhm.
but there was no space for that in the Democratic Party. Me being someone who is pro-life,
Yeah.
maybe I really am not pro-abortion because that was just my stance because I was a Democrat. You're a Democrat.
Right.
This is what you were supposed to feel. And I did not feel as if that I was welcome with some of those, what I now see are more traditional conservative views. There was no space for me in the Democratic Party. So in 2016, the move had already been happening.
Yeah.
And that's why I say when it coincided with the election of Donald Trump, I didn't move to the Republican Party because of Donald Trump. And people often ask me, how could you vote because he wasn't a Republican or he wasn't a conservative? That move started, unlike a lot of people. I'm a fan of the Bush family.
Yeah.
A lot of people now, conservatives, especially on the Trump MAGA side, they don't like them. They see them as rhinos. But for me, when I looked at ideal Republicans and conservatives, they were people like Condoleezza Rice. You read the
Yeah.
story of Condoleezza Rice growing up in Birmingham. Her first book, oh gee, it was about her parents. I can't even think of the name of
I'm
it. Just
looking at the cover of it.
extraordinary.
Okay, that's enough for all of that. No more, no more. Okay, listen. So that's kind of been a topic of discussion since 2024, since the
Hmm.
election. A lot of us that we're liberal or we tend to lean liberal, such as myself. I can't speak for you or for Josh because I know you said that you've crossed party lines before, so you would
Hmm.
consider yourself more of a moderate or a liberal. And we know Josh is a
We
right
already
in
know.
the middle, right in the
Right.
middle. So um actually I was too young to even vote for Bush. I didn't my first time voting was the second Obama term. I was 18
Okay.
that year.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah,
Okay.
so I was able to do that. But anyways, so but that's been a lot of the conversation is that Black people, we tend to lean more liberal, um, more Democrat. You always got that one crazy uncle
Mm-hmm.
who might be. You got your Cheryl Underwoods of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. What is Cheryl, by the way? She's a Republican?
Cheryl, if you go back and watch a lot of her, let me see.
I
If
feel like
you
I heard her say that. But I bet you she didn't vote for the orange man.
She
Oh,
didn't, but
yeah, I knew better than
she
that.
voted for Bush, and
Yeah.
I think no, I think she kind of started changing when Obama came.
The thing of it is this. It was okay to be a Republican back then. I was a staunch Republican when I was in my 20s.
Hmm.
Can you believe it? Staunch. Like,
Well,
I'm a Republican.
and you were raised in the South, right?
Right.
Where unions aren't as present
That's
because
right.
the unions have they still have a stronghold on
Mm-hmm.
how we handle ourselves in Michigan or in the Midwest.
Right.
So, oh, give me 1 second, Josh. So God is an on time God. You know, and when you worship Him, you must worship Him in spirit and in truth, and be on time. So now I have to resend out links, hoping to find a donor. But
Oh God. You need to be
um,
a professor. My God.
is
Side
it the
note, I used to real quick. I used to have when I first started college, my mom did my schedule. My God. And she signed me up for mostly like 8 o'clock in the morning classes. And I'm quite the opposite. I'm a night owl.
me too?
I like to sleep in, all of that. My whole entire life, I've been that way. So, honey, I used to walk in the 8 o'clock classes so late. So late. I'm not a
Mm.
late person anymore, but back in the days,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
terrible.
I was always second shift up until recently. I don't do mornings. I'm not a nice person in the morning still. So, but so back to what we were saying. So you were saying you were more conservative leaning when you were
Mhm,
younger.
mhm.
And so, but that's back when we felt like there was a little bit more respectability
That's right.
between the party lines.
And it was.
Yeah.
It was very respectable between the party lines. It wasn't what we see today.
Yes.
It was, more of they were able to work together on certain issues. It was just completely and totally different versus I'll hold off on the now. But back then, yeah, it wasn't a thing to be Republican. It was like, okay, you know,
No, Mark made a great point. The Democrat Party is still a Big Ten party. Yes,
mhm,
it is a catch-all.
mhm,
Even though Black folks are Democrat leaning, we are still
mhm,
mostly conservative socially. Yes, that's very true.
mhm,
Somebody had explained that to me when I was young. I was like 2021.
mhm,
And once I started, just navigating life more and you start talking to people more,
mhm.
we are really conservative when it comes down to our ideologies, what we
Absolutely.
agree with, when it comes down to
Mhm.
religion, things like that. And but the thing is, we have to always go back to the fact that conservatives tend to be, they tend to play up racism. And, they act like the problem just is not there.
Conservatives?
Yes. They either act like the problem there is no race problem in America, or they're the ones playing it up. They're the ones that's the offenders. And I'm not, all for
Oh,
liberals.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I'm not all for liberals either. Now, liberals can be just as racist. Let's be very clear. But
You think so?
girl, hell,
How?
that's just like, you know, and I don't really like delving into the whole gay thing, but I
Mhm.
feel like the most racist people I have met are white gay men.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Those have been the most racist in those LGBTQ
And they
arenas.
are liberal?
And they tend to, of course, they're liberal, they're white and gay, you know. I mean, everything is changing now. Now you see,
Gays that are Republican? Yes.
yeah, now you see that, but um, give me one moment. You know, Josh acting like CL Frank, you know,
Did
and
you say he
McCray.
acting like CL Franklin?
He acting like William McCray. He said it's acting, the link acting like it's expired.
He's not
Um,
hitting the same link from like past, what you call it, Sissy.
you know what? Give me one
And
second, because
then
it's doing the
yeah,
same thing
social
for
media, never mind.
yeah, it's doing the same thing for me. So,
Okay.
you go on and do devotion.
Y'all turning y'all hymnals to page.
Mm-hmm. Go on and do a little praise and worship session. God is a good God. Yes.
Yes, he is.
I get joy when I think about.
Oh
We
God.
back here still trying to play with equipment.
The devil is a lie. Come on, saints.
Y'all
Come on. Clap your
saying
hands.
quiet. They
Praise him.
still setting up, but y'all go on and sing. Um, you know what? This ghetto mess in the end. Let me see.
I need the real chat. You know what? Let me just go to the YouTube. The
Um,
tube.
yes, I don't like all this hesitation and procrastination. You know, let's see. See, niggas, when y'all next time, there will be no next time. There will,
Ooh.
if you don't, if you ain't on I-10 by 10, hold on, let me see.
St. James is in the building. I can't move the chat.
Because why is it?
Apostle. Oh, you done dropped the link.
I done had to drop the link.
Ooh, you know how he feel about that, y'all.
Oh,
Where is
hold
St.
on.
James?
Oh, okay. Okay. It's hold on, Josh, if you're watching, because you know you getting gagged and roasted and gagged. You already know. But yeah, so let's just keep going into the conversation. But yeah, so you know, I was always intrigued. Well, not always, but you know, since Trump has risen into power,
Mm.
we know that, you know, anybody with a you know, that can open up a history book or open up their phone and look at the history of Trump. There's been a lot of, you know, questionable things when it comes down to race. We look at the Central Park Five. We look at the housing issue that was going on back in the 80s in New York City.
Yes.
You know, and as time has gone on, you know, it's ever present that this man is.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Well, first, let me Mark said even those that are straight will dismiss the black experience when it makes them uncomfortable.
Let's go here. Even those that are straight will dismiss the black experience when it makes them uncomfortable. Are you talking about black people?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious to know.
Or are you talking about just straight white people?
But my question was going to be, while we're waiting on Mark to answer that, my question for you is, how do we explain? Okay, so we say that Trump is, excuse me, the orange man is racist. Did we say that? Or the Republican Party can be racist. Okay, let's say that. And so, how do we explain him letting a lot of black people out of jail?
almost it was almost
A
trying
favor.
to run up or because let's think back about the last time that he was elected president. This
Hmm.
is during the pandemic. He was trying to win votes.
Right.
The votes that he got in 2024 were the votes that he was looking for in 2020. But Black Lives Matter is going on at this time. Everyone's scared and running around. It's a lot of racist things going on. So it was too much chaos at that point. So but he let out a lot of black people in 2020, for favors.
Okay.
And it ended up helping him in the long run because you had people like Snoop Dogg come back out. Oh, you released my hold on. Cause why is it not working? Refreshing. Okay. Oh Lord, I feel like William McCray tonight, honey.
Please
But
don't.
But yeah, so you had people like Snoop Dogg come out, and he's parading around, and even performing at the inauguration, because it ended up working for him in the end. I'm glad you brought that point up. But that doesn't stop him from being a racist.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let's go back to circa early 2000s when he had his reality TV show and a lot of black people were on there. Okay, Mark was referring to white liberals.
That's good.
When he was friends with Diddy and Nene and all the people. He was at the parties and all of this. He was rubbing elbows with a lot of black people with money. So what has changed is my question.
Nothing has changed because, like Mark said in the chat, let me put the chat back up. But like Mark said in the chat, white liberals can be just as racist. And it's the concept of covert racism versus overt racism. Finally, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
I didn't know what was going on.
I don't. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back to StreamYard because this is a little too ghetto.
So you paid the bill? Hey, Courtney. Hello, Jessie. Thank you.
Hey, Josh.
I'm sorry, chat.
Do you think I'm poor?
No.
Tell him to send you a little love offering in.
Yeah, no, I don't want your money. On YouTube, everybody's so rich on YouTube. I'll send your money.
Right, I'm rich.
Hey, everybody prosperous and rich on YouTube. You ain't lying, bro.
Yeah,
met a broke one yet.
I don't want your money. But no, welcome Josh. Y'all make sure y'all go over to Courtney's channel and to Josh's channel. I saw we got to the first goal, so you can go live.
Okay, so you have over 50?
54 last count. So thank you all so much.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Yes. So so y'all make sure y'all go over there and y'all deal with them, because I don't know how they deal with me. But
whatever.
Okay, but we were talking about the video that you had sent us, that Jamal Bryant had the the conservative black,
yes,
the MAGA man, the MAGA black man on his podcast. And y'all make sure y'all go, shout out to Jamal Bryant. He's doing things over there. Some things. Yeah, he's doing things.
He's doing good things.
So we were just kind of talking about the racist history of Trump and all of that. And I was just explaining, the concept of covert racism versus overt racism, where covert, racism is just, I'll be, all of my friends are black. Some of my best friends are black. Those are the things that are coming out of your mouth. Yeah. I'll take a photo op with you. But at the same time, we see the circles that Trump has run with for all of these years, because when those files came out this weekend, we saw that a lot of his best friends were using language like, don't let them NIGGER hard RS over here. We don't want none of them over here. And you don't think for a moment that when they down there at that country club in Florida and West Palm Beach to be exact, you don't think for a moment they down there, using that Trump isn't using that language also. So, you have to, because people will try you and be like, oh, he's never really came out and said the N-word or nothing like that. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he does a lot of puppet games in the background. So, but okay, so let's go back to the concept of black MAGA men. I know you have a lot, well, both of you probably have a lot of acquaintances and friends that may have, turned MAGA and they're black people. So my thing is, I don't really know those type of men or women even. Can we get just a little bit of perspective, because I want to come back to that particular guy and what my thoughts are on him. So anybody want to take the floor?
I do not have any friends that are Trump supporters.
Well, acquaintances or anything?
No acquaintances.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, once again, thank you, Jesse, for this platform. I really appreciate it. I always say I believe every American should vote in this priority. Vote your family, your pocketbook, which is first. Vote your conscience second, and then vote your community third. And as I said last time, I said on Courtney platform, I believe it was, most black men found themselves doing much better in that 2016 to 2020 time frame. And because it was a Trump quote unquote economy, although it was Obama's work and Obama's actions that caused it to boom that way, we oftentimes equate it with whoever the leader is gets responsibility or gets accountability.
I want you to keep going with your point, but I just want to add in a point really quickly there. During Trump's first term, and I said that even back then, he didn't do anything. Literally nothing. Like, there were no major overhauls, there were no economic policies. You inherited a great economy and you did nothing until 2020 came and it was time for you to do something, and you just was like, I'm not doing nothing. I told you I ain't doing nothing. And so that's why now it's a whole different presidency. But keep going, Josh. Keep going with your point.
So, and then you have the abysmal action and platform of the Democratic Party. Most of our black people, primarily in Gen X and backwards, are conservative. They might not vote conservative, but their beliefs are, for the most part, streamlined as conservative. They're not liberals. They're more either moderate conservatives. So Trump, who has never been this quote unquote big threat, Trump has never come off as George Wallace, as overtly as a George Wallace, as overtly as a traditional Southern white man, if you will. What Trump does is Trump surrounds himself with those people, but he's so big and flagrant that you rarely see those people in the background. All you see is him. So he comes, he's funny, he's charismatic, he speaks of good times and good fortune, and most of us want that. Vis-a-vis the Democratic Party, who comes with this, we all are victims, woe is me, this sob sad story. That's never been the American way of looking at things, as people are victims and downers. We love winners. And so when you have had the inflation of the last 4 years, or prior 4 years under Mr. Biden, and you had the economy has not been as strong as before, as pre-COVID, then you tend to see people going back to old familiar. They tend to ignore the racism. They tend to ignore the threat to democracy that we're currently under right now in real time. They tend to ignore everything because why? I'm voting for my personal self, my pocketbook, my family. And so, although people who I know personally who can't articulate why they voted for Trump outside of money, outside of the economy, that's enough for them.
So that was the point that I was getting to, because the guy, if you all can go over and watch the full 9-minute clip of the guy that was on. I'm not sure if he's of any cultural relevance or anything like that, but the guy that was on there talking, it was just a bunch of circles of the things that you don't like. I don't like abortion. I don't like transgenderness or whatever. I don't like LGBTQ rights. But it was nothing about what you do like. And again, it's never any critical thought behind the processes of these people. Because as we can see this week, a lot of with the Fed chair and all of the the reserve and everything, and I'm gonna probably have to do a separate video on that because that'll take all night trying to explain that. But he's not an economic he's not the economic answer to any of our problems at all. And even he was saying that, Josh, you can back me up, or Courtney, that straight black men felt like they were being iced out of the Democrat Party. And I've heard that a lot.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
when I was kind of just thinking about things, I was like, well, how do y'all feel that y'all have been iced out of the Democrat Party when Black Lives Matter was pretty much backed by the Liberal Party? Like, what's the disconnect here?
May I ask Courtney, or you want to go first?
Either or.
Two quick points. Firstly, and this going to ties back to Courtney's question about how liberals come off as racist. Most of us want to be left alone. Give me an even playing field. I don't want any racism. I want to be judged off of my merits and off of my character, not my race. And then I don't want to be told what I'm not or what I feel I'm not. With Black Lives Matter, a lot of it was rhetoric. A lot of it was good, but a lot of it was rhetoric also, that most people, in my circle at least, hadn't experienced before. For example, I've been in, I think it was Knoxville, and told a cop, hey, you would not scream at me, a white boy, and in his face, and he gets shot. Am I dismissing other blacks' plight? No, because my brother, who appears more thuggish, wouldn't have that same luxury. So I fight for him along with myself. But you can't come and tell me about how racist this country is when in 34 years, I probably haven't experienced that. Also, we want to be on the same playing field. To Courtney's question about how liberals are racist, in Seattle a couple of years ago, they made it law that black children didn't have to pass as high of a test score as white kids. Let that sink in. Now, do I feel that some of those liberals had evil intentions? No. But their racist eyes as viewing blacks as less than and incapable of being good as whites caused them to now say, hey, little black boy, little black girl, read on the third grade level, that's fine. But the white kids, the good white kids, have to be at a fifth grade level. Those policies like that come off as racist and also keep us down even further. Don't give me a handout. Give me a hand up and let me build from there. And a lot of liberals, what they call the latte liberals, they speak a good game, but they want us over there. You don't believe me? Go to California and see the homeless problem. Go to San Francisco or go to Los Angeles. All of these liberals are for affordable housing as long as it's over there. And it's primarily people of color that are affected by these laws and rules.
It's some of that I can kind of challenge. Some of those points I can kind of challenge. Overall, I do agree. A lot of the liberal rhetoric does not really benefit black people, and a lot of things that liberals have done in the last 15, 20 years has been very performative. But where's the money? Where's and they now, I'm not gonna sit here in front like they don't come up with grants and things of that nature to help the black community. They've done more than Trump has and the conservatives have. But it could be a little bit more. Run me a
But it's
reparation,
all
actually. Run me a reparation.
it keeps us on the government tit, and the black community cannot, especially now. We're seeing this now. We can't afford to have our foundation tethered to tax dollars. We just can't. That's what made the black church in the years prior so successful and so advantageous to the movement, because we were separate from the government tit. It was our own. Out of the black church came businesses. Out of the black church came scholarships and schools. That's when we were better. Right now, we have all the welfare, all the grants, but look at as a whole, our people are very unwell. And that's not a Democratic Party. That's more us than them. What I'm saying is, some people who might vote otherwise look at that as being a Democratic issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Can
Go
I
ahead,
jump
Courtney.
in right quick?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Please.
I wanted to respond to the very first question in regards to my stance on acquaintances or friends that may be MAGA or Trump supporters. The reason why I said that the people around me are not MAGA supporters is because we share similar views. Now, the first question that I would ask, now let me take that back. I did have a couple of acquaintances, so I'll take that back, that did express that they voted for Trump. And my thing is, this is America. You're entitled to, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. You can believe in whatever you believe. And I started out this live by saying I used to be Republican when I was younger, but it's not the same. You cannot tell me one piece of legislation that you agree with this man is doing. And even though, people say the economy under him, you cannot possibly have educated yourself on what he has done when he was in office before and what he's doing now. It just does not add up to me. And even if you say, because I heard one say, it's about abortion and it's about, I'm praying Trump get in office, so we can come against abortions and all this and that and the third. And I may or may not be against abortion, right? But the issue is people still need to have rights. Everyone should have a right to make a decision because we're free moral agents. So what are we really talking about? Past abortion, past transgender rights, past those things. No one can name a piece of legislation that he has passed or that he supports that will be for all people, not just people with big pockets. And that is my concern. And that's where I question character.
I want to say that, and I very, very, very astutely explained. However, I want to say to say that it's tethered to character. I would ask, where is the dividing line then? For example, if your character is on, let's say you're anti-war, but you're pro-capitalism, where's your dividing line? Because then I can say, well, Mr. Obama killed more people with drones than anyone else. And so if I'm anti-war, I can then say, I judge your character if you support Obama. And so I think that, and once again, I think primarily as the second term is going on, we have to engage in hard conversations with people who continue to support this man while ignoring what he's doing. Still, I'm referring to those who voted last year and in 16
Oh, okay.
at the beginning. At the beginning, I want us not to get engaged as a country with judging people's characters and morals of politicians, because politicians change.
They do.
Politicians show a face. Now, after a sample size, yeah, if you are a Trump supporter now, you are anti-democracy. It's blatant every single
Mhm.
day. I don't want to hear from you about how you're pro-America, because you're not. This man is literally trying to turn our elections, trying to nationalize our elections. He's literally peeling away the Constitution page by page as the day pass. But where do we fit in as a people and as a culture to get the benefits of a presidency? In the Bible, every king, no matter how evil he was, had a benefit to Israel. And I do think that last point, Jesse, I'm sorry. I do think that while the black culture has the right to discuss these things, we should also figure out what are we going to do to be better when he leaves. I don't care if it's 1% of something. We need to be better when he leaves. And
but
he's bought
if
and
he
paid
leaves,
for it. He's easy.
if he leaves,
Good point. Good point.
Yeah,
That's fair.
but
we are. I'm sorry, Jesse.
mhm.
I didn't mean to cut through you.
Go ahead.
But if we do not vote appropriately this next election, the primaries, right? It will take us over 50 years to recover what he is doing now.
But see,
and this is why I can't make sense of it.
But see, my thing is, we've been, with liberals and with just black people, the black community as a whole, because most of us, we still tend to, lean Democrat or whatever, or liberal. It's been 2 years. Well, it's going to be 2 years in November. Where's the action? Where's the plan? Where I keep reiterating this over and over again. Where are the podcasters? I know Courtney has sent me. We're probably not gonna get to those. It was some young men who they're doing podcasts and talking about politics just casually. It doesn't have to be a grand slam. It doesn't have to be this big old thing, but we need to, normalize talking about it. Where is the action? Where is the, what are we talking to our nephews and nieces, our cousins, them? Are we talking to the people down the street? No, y'all still living in 2016. Y'all still living in 2004.
They still waiting on the stimulus check.
Y'all
at that part, Courtney, that part.
Y'all still waiting on the Elon Musk scheme set up by Ty.
It's not coming. No one cares. Listen. In this country of capitalism and money comes first, no one cares about you. That's why we are to appreciate those who genuinely do.
We don't have a plan.
No one is coming to say. No one's coming to say.
We don't have a plan.
They
have a plan.
As a matter of fact, we have missed. I keep saying this. Black folks have missed their chance. It's moved past now. Now let's recover and move on. And not to get into it deep right now, but I think there has to be a separation in the Black community. There must become one.
What kind of separation?
A drastic one.
It's already there. It's already there, and I don't know what the separating line will be, but it's a lot of Black people that I would never have anything to do with. I won't talk to them.
What are we separating when it comes to Black people?
It's almost like denounce, if you will. For example, there's this prank show, this prank on YouTube that I watch. He has shorts. And what he does is he goes in the hood, let's say with the empty PS5 box or a big screen TV box. He walks around, but he's doing it to see how people will respond. This one dude literally picked up a rock, and was going to hit this man in the head over a PS5. That guy is a waste of air. But what happens is he goes out and rape and maim and have babies.
Great.
I'm sorry, I apologize. And cause harm, and he's the face. And what happens is, I don't care what you say, we're all humans here. When you see the same thing happen with the same group, you tend to stereotype. And we have a lost respect because why? Courtney is invisible. JESSYE is invisible. Sean Talks is invisible. It's Pookie and Ray Ray that's always visible.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all, one bit, especially, I don't want to get into the whole history of everything and, crack was introduced and all of that, and we ain't bounced back from the 80s. I don't want to get into all of that. But it's not fair if I'm walking down the street, I'm in real life, I'm really a nerd deep down inside. I might act like I'm ghetto, Sado ghetto, but I'm not. I'm really not. And I'm really a nerd. You can pick up on my energy, like when I'm in the hood. Niggas know I ain't, from around there, and all that carrying on. If I put on a suit, hair laid, fried to the side, big old glasses on, but at the end of the day, they don't care about no Pookie and Ray Ray. They just see black man. They don't care about me being a big old queen. They see black man.
I'm not advocating for state sponsored stereotype. I'm speaking of now just the average day human American, everyday American, who don't have the power to arrest you or murder you, been unarmed. I'm speaking of everyday people who have to correspond with us. We have opinions about Asians. We have opinions about whites. Why? Because that's been our experience. And especially at the genesis of Black History Month, I want to say it's a pleasure and an honor to be black. If I had 1,000 lives, I'll be black 989 of them, okay? I'll be Brazilian the rest of them, but I'll be black most of them. Because it's a pleasure to be black, even with all the deleterious downfalls we have. But there is a certain group of people that don't represent me or my mentors or you all. And I'm sorry, they're keeping us back. More so than any white man, than any white woman, than any systemic system.
But how are they keeping us back?
So our neighborhoods. Living in New Orleans has been a eye-opening experience to me. The simple when people are not invested in their community or feel as if they own it or feel as if they belong to them, they would literally trash it. I don't mean trash. I mean just simply not care about it, to the point where our babies can't have a safe environment to live in, to the point where an old lady can't sit outside on her porch because she's scared of being shot at or robbed. How do we become so brutish that our elderly don't feel safe? Our pioneers.
I'm gonna go get me one of them big old ghetto hats.
That's so sweet, Katrina.
I'm gonna get me.
That's nice,
I'm gonna
Katrina.
get me because they said I ain't got no hat. I don't really wear hats like that. So, cause y'all know when I had dreads, they didn't fit over the dreads, so I just never got into hats and all that carrying on. Yeah, but
that was very nice, Katrina.
Thank you. Yes, Katrina. Listen, we can go on and on all night about why I disagree with you, Josh, wholeheartedly.
Hold on, I got a question. So, Josh, because it sounds it gives a little tinge of the black bourgeois talk.
I can see that.
He's an HBCU grad, to be
That's where I was going with it. That's where I was going with it.
Let's keep in mind now that the people who showed me how to be black never graduated high school. My grandparents, my grandfather never made a tenth of what I make a year, probably. These are people that set the standard in our churches, in our lodges, in our fraternities, our clubs, the Masons, the Zulu tribe. Now, these people were not HBCU graduates or PWI graduates. They were just good people who made out of nothing an environment for us to live in and thrive in. And now they are giving our butt to kiss because of how we treat them or how we treat what they built and give their life for.
The only thing that I have a problem with, and you're not the only person that feels that way. You're not my only acquaintance, friend, whatever you want, family member, Mary J. Blige do the family affair. You're not the only person that talks like that. It's a lot of black men that talk like that, especially once you get us into a certain pay grade or, into a certain job title or you made yourself through life. It's hard for you to digest why, I was able to get these opportunities and you get to sit around here and do X, Y, Z. And, even sometimes as liberal as I am, I look at, guys, they went to prison and, why is you able to make so much money, more money than I do, and I followed all the rules. That's not fair. Even I say this stuff like that. Yeah, it's a loaded question. The only thing that
But
I
I
have
But
go ahead, Courtney.
you
Go
missed me,
ahead,
Jesse.
Courtney.
You
well,
missed me. Go ahead,
I was
Courtney.
gonna say is this, but we have been afforded opportunities such as education and to better ourselves career wise and all of that good stuff. Um, it is for us to reach back to help to enhance the quality of life for those that are the flagrants in our community. And if
And
we're not doing that, it is very harmful speech to say that we should just cut them off and do away with them.
So y'all miss me. Y'all miss me. And by Jesse mentioning money and mentioning socio-economic status, you missing what I'm saying. What you do or don't do is none of my business. I'm referring to those who are literally making life hard for you.
well,
This is not somebody who can't read. This is people who choose to grape, I'm sorry. People who choose to pew pew. People who choose to terrorize their community.
you missing
That's a fine
you
line.
missing what I'm
Go ahead.
saying, Josh. I'm saying that my friends that are better, well off or whatever, they tend to look at the community around and be like, it's not necessarily looking down at the poverty issue, but a lot of what's going on in the community, like Mark said, a lot of what's going on in the community stems from poverty, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously we look at Maslow's. I like to bring that up from time to
Mm-hmm.
time. If your first level of needs ain't met,
That's right.
you can't function. And
That's it.
if somebody running around here, they ain't got food to eat, they're gonna try to rob
That's right.
cars and do stuff like that. Or,
And
and
if somebody is graping, they need to be in jail. If you see something, say something. I
right.
don't
And
think doing
then
it.
if
It's
they're
not that
doing
simple. It's not that simple.
and then when we think about all the drugs that's been planted into our community, we've been taking the country has taken all our economic powerhouses. It didn't always matter about GM. Like, I look at Detroit, we had two Black historical neighborhoods here that were torn down by useless freeways. Nobody uses the freeway, but it just happened to go through the Black neighborhood. We don't talk about those things even before crack happened. And it's
Di-
like the system keeps making what we have outside right now. So it's hard for me to say, I get where you coming from,
Mhm.
but it's hard for me to just agree with, like, Black men out here just, a certain type of Black man just going around doing bad stuff. And we don't talk about these white men and these files that's out
uh,
here.
let, let me say this right here. And I will stick to this till the day I die. Your belief comes when it's pro you and anti you. So, for example, before I had any kind of status in life, I felt this way. When I was just a average Joe, lower middle class Black boy in Macon, Georgia, I felt this way. I feel this way now, not powered by I made it, why can't you? Because that's folly. Because we don't understand how much difference not having a father makes, or not having a stable home makes, or not living around stability makes. So you may be good, but your friends are not up and up. What I'm saying is, there has to be a line though. You can't blame poverty for everything. Go to Blue Ridge, West Virginia, the worst poverty in this country. They aren't terrorizing their communities. They aren't having 14, 15-year-olds killing each other.
That's because they all in the back room screwing their own brother and sis.
Well,
Please
whatever
don't.
it is, people aren't dying. This is literally life and death. And I care, once again, I believe in a shareholder philosophy. I have to care about Courtney's daughters and you, just because why? I need my kids to be up around good people. And I want them to be around Black people. And so I care about your school. Even though it don't affect me, I care about your neighborhood. But with that comes, you can't let certain people in, bruh. And this is beyond poverty. Why in the world is a 13-year-old on a killing spree?
But
Well,
let them in where?
what
Like
you mean?
what do you mean? Okay, so
By
we do
protecting
away
it.
with them and put them where?
No. So it's more of a denouncing. We don't have the power
Okay,
to
we
kill them or
denounce them and then
yeah.
what? And
Denouncing
we denounce them, then they're gonna
in
stop killing?
no, if our culture, so denouncing our culture, denouncing in our music, in our TV shows, denounce them.
And
Okay.
then
The,
and then
the same.
and see, a lot of my problem is that a lot of the people that support Donald Trump, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg,
Snoop does not support him
why was he down there to the inauguration?
because he said he had to DJ that thing because he owed the guy that was throwing the event, he owed him a favor.
Okay, so Nelly, Lil Wayne, who else? Trick,
They
Rick
don't do
Question,
that.
Jesse.
Ross,
Jesse.
Soldier Boy.
They were voting their pockets.
Jesse. Question, Jesse. If their connection to Donald Trump give jobs to 5 single mothers, is it worth it? Or is the hate for Trump that distasteful that even a benefit is unwarranted? Because I'm hearing that a lot. I'm hearing people be so emotional. Not you, Jesse. I'm saying our culture be so emotional that you're missing chances to change lives. In his first term, you had artists who sung, not artists who we done counseled by not supporting them years ago, but they go sing for Trump's inauguration and then they canceled. Or Trump is doing a funding in Jacksonville, Florida, and the guy gets slack. Meanwhile, 183 black boys now miss out on certain schooling. So are we so emotional that we
My,
are
my
strategic?
Schooling, hold on, because the Department of Education got shut down.
right.
No. This was the first term. Trump was giving
Oh, okay.
so the guy was playing politics to get some funding, grants, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
for a charter school in Jacksonville,
Mm-hmm.
Florida. He was destroyed by black culture in Florida. Meanwhile, the one destroying him couldn't replace that money.
But he was being destroyed because at that time, his first term, he was destroying their communities because he was deporting some of them. If you're
these are
referring
black
to
folks.
South Florida,
I mean, it was,
Jacksonville. Go ahead, Jesse.
yeah.
but my point.
I know someone who got deported that first term,
Okay.
and I know somebody who got deported second term.
So once
He was
again,
destroying families.
our values. Who deported more, Obama or Trump? And I
Trump.
promise you, no. Obama has. Biden has deported more. Obama did. So my point is, what do our values
But
lie?
how? He didn't have ICE. He wasn't going around.
Under night.
By
Under
numbers.
night.
If
By numbers,
if you go by numbers, he did. Even though he had 8 years to do it, and he had more of an objective to do it. 9/11 had just happened. We were in the war of terror still, so it was more of an objective. Now
point,
it's
Jesse.
just, and now it's
He
like,
wasn't-
why is you?
But he
Why?
wasn't
But
snatching up.
no, they were just coming to get whoever was criminals. That was the point of it, was whoever criminals, or if your papers were undocumented, they were coming to get you.
Had to go.
More
You had to
numbers.
go.
If you go look at the numbers, they're there.
That's fine, but it is not the same. We have to
It's
agree
not
on
that.
that. It's not.
You're right.
That's what
it's
I'm.
not as heinous. You're right. You're right.
No, because what I'm saying is,
at least you had a chance to get an attorney. You had a chance to go through the process.
No, you didn't.
Now,
You get caught. Bye bye.
No.
During Obama's term?
Yes. I'm telling you. Now, again, this is not to put Mr. Obama in a bad light. I'm just saying facts are facts.
He did.
I'm trying to ask us to figure out where is our character line.
My thing is, because there's a city here called Highland Park. That's the hood of the hood. And when you go through there, it looks crazy. It looks like Gary, Indiana, if you ever get to go there. Why was ICE over there? That when I looked up the population percentages for Highland Park for HP, and it's literally like a mile from me, because that's where I go grocery shopping sometimes. It's 88% black. Why is ICE going down Woodward over there? Why?
Is it Africans over there or just black people?
No, this is nigga black. Don't
Yeah.
nobody go to HP.
So
Don't
black
You
nobody
know
go
they
to
went to
HP.
Chicago. They went to the
Black
hood in
folks.
Chicago.
Black folks, keep in mind now, and this is why paying attention is important. Remember, this could be a blueprint or practice to come get your ass. I'm sorry, in my behind.
And it's already happening.
Keep in
It's
mind
already it's black people, because he's not going over there to Dearborn. You know, Dearborn is right around the corner from me in Hamtramck. They're not going over there to go pick up the Arabs, because they over there speaking it straight up. You go to Dearborn, the streets are in Arabic over there. They're not going over there. They come in the black areas.
It's classism.
No, it's racism, because they go into black areas and they using police. We're already over policing a lot of these black communities, especially here in Michigan. We can tend to be over policed because we got the county, the city, and the state running through our neighborhoods. So, and then on top of that, now you bring in, ICE around to scare people. You pulling over black people with black ass accents like me, you, and you.
Let me tell you why I say classism. So there, and I'll send it to you on when we hang up. There is a Washington Post article about some of the major hubs of Indian undocumented citizens hasn't been touched.
Put up
why?
Mark's comment, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They hadn't been touched because why? They had resources, money. There is a major hub in either Jersey or Connecticut, one of the two, of Indian and Palestinian refugees or business people who are undocumented. But these are multimillionaires. Why isn't ICE over there? Versus why are they in Minneapolis causing what Courtney so eloquently brought out? They're being heinous right now. Why are they going to Springfield next to have and another thing too, voters, a lot of this is because we want it. Our personal racism also.
And then my thing is, ICE obviously ain't effective. If you've been around here with full funding, because I said when I heard how much they get, I was like, ooh, I might be over there.
Look at you.
Get your ass in this damn car. I ain't gonna play with you. but it's like y'all done had a full year and some change. Y'all done have full free funding. You got the whole Republican thing, and y'all still ain't found everybody to get up out this mud. Because y'all ain't doing a good job.
Because the people, number one, ICE is ICE is not getting the support. Even Trump has boundaries. Now he pushes them, but what he can't do is he can't buck against the whole country. The people of those cities are bouncing back. That's why Trump asked the head of ICE to leave Minneapolis. That's why he's sending certain people away from certain posts, because why? The people are speaking out. And the last thing he wants right now is a rebellion on his hands. And so
why do it feel like he keep pushing us in the corner?
Because it's I want to see how far you'll go. Most of us are lazy. We care about social media. We care about buying stuff, entertainment. And so he wants to see how far he can push us. And I'm proud of us for the most part that most of us are saying, nah, bro, this is America, Jack, to quote Mr. McDowell on Coming to America. This is America, Jack. We ain't playing that here, bro. But it takes all of us, though. It takes all of us. Right now is not the season to be idle. Your kids' future is at stake, people. Your wives, your husband, your careers is at stake by the government and AI. We have to educate ourselves and fight back, and that takes coming together as a people, as minorities, and fighting back for our country. It's ours too.
It's it's a lot of videos going around about ICE. Courtney had sent me something. I'm not gonna play it, but Courtney had sent me something. A lady had filled out an application, did the interview. She didn't take it serious. She didn't even fill out the after interview, post interview paperwork that was required, but she still got a tentative offer. That's how low brow it is. She didn't even pass the drug test and got an offer.
And then there was a article came out about how 1 in 3 people, men, can't pass the physical fitness test. So these numbers could be a lot worse, except we got a bunch of fat behinds and lazy men in the country who can't pass the test. And so
what you trying to say? What you trying to say? You saying I couldn't go up there and get the bonus?
Hey, Courtney.
You could.
Courtney.
That's why you got 2 members over there at your little godforsaken church.
How do you take that, Courtney, and go on down the line? Now my members are at stake.
Because I done left your church. You had 2.5 yesterday, but now you got 2. Listen, I wanted to go in. There's so many things I want to think about tonight, but we definitely gonna come back at a later time to talk about the AI theme, because it's to me it's a bunch of fugazi. Let's talk about Jelly Roll. Y'all know Jelly Roll?
Yes, the artist.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that man. Let's go.
I know they're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Manila, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
Did he get backlash for that?
Y'all be y'all get
speaking in tongues.
Yeah, y'all get turned on by anything now.
Anything. I ain't say that. I was just
ain't no oil, ain't no Vaseline, ain't no olive.
But
y'all anything to turn y'all niggas on.
Woo. Listen, what he say wrong? It gave Pentecostal white preacher.
Because this is what he said wrong. Because we can go around all day and Jesus, and Shane Perry the people to death.
Don't do that.
yeah, we can Shane Perry the people to death.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, let me pull this up.
Somebody said it gave Rob Parsley.
Yeah, it gave a bunch of.
It did.
Yeah,
what do you want fans who have been with you from the beginning to know right now?
I want y'all to know that, first of all, we did it, baby. This would have never happened without them, man. Imagine that. Imagine being one of the few people in the world from the very beginning that believed in this just overweight white trash kid from Tennessee that he was going to figure it out one day, and to be standing up here going, that's my guy, dude. We actually did it. I think there's a lot of people that are watching the Grammys tonight that feel like they've been represented for the first time in a long time on this kind of stage, and I'm excited to be that guy to do it.
Would you be willing to comment on what's going on in our country right now?
I don't really. So this is the truth, and I'm glad somebody asked, because I love talking about this stuff when people care to hear my opinion. But so I can tell you that people shouldn't care to hear my opinion, man. I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media. I hate to be the artist that's that aloof, but I've become so disconnected.
Laziness. See, this is the type of stuff. This is the type of deception that the Bible was talking about when he said it was a great deceiver. I mean, he looks big enough to be the great deceiver. So
he lost a lot of weight, by the way.
He did, but that's laziness. I don't allow
How
people.
is that lazy? Because he's protecting his peace.
That's lazy. He as a white man, he can get to do that. You know, I would rather him just say, I'm a bigot. You know, Jesus himself said, I don't do you lukewarm mugs. You know, I'm trying not to cuss and use Jesus in
Why
the
you be a
same
bigot?
sense.
Right. Where did you get that from?
Where that come from? Now I
He's a
agree with you
bigot.
probably, but
He's a bigot. He's
How?
a MAGA.
right there.
He's a
See
MAGA
right there.
supporter.
That don't mean
Show us. Bring that up.
oh.
Hold
Because
Even
he
if
on.
he
said he
was,
don't know nothing. He just
even
sat up here and
if
said
he
he don't watch the
was,
news.
even if he was a MAGA
That
supporter.
will change. That will change the message for me.
Oh.
That'll change it just a little bit.
Boy.
Here we go,
Listen,
right here with Trump.
I want y'all.
Just
I
because
want
he in a picture with Trump now, I'm not gonna do that.
black folks,
Several pictures with Trump. Look
black
at
folks.
him.
Can we be consistent, please? Please, please. I'm begging you. And once again, I'm not Trump or nothing like that. But I'm saying, how is him being a MAGA supporter? Number one, he's from Tennessee. Oh, good question right here. Good question. Let's say you have somebody who a good person
Mhm.
who's from, let's say, Cornfield, Tennessee. They're very sheltered. They're very secluded.
Mhm.
Thusly, they're ignorant.
Okay.
And I'm just as ignorant.
How? Now, I'm not thinking of the one that hang nigga. No, I'm saying like somebody who just simply is not
Mhm.
PC and all he knows is what he know or what she know.
Mhm.
How are we asking the world to give us a pass for not knowing stuff? Won't give him or her a pass.
So somebody in the chat,
And we
hold on,
cut
this
him
won't
off.
answer your question. Someone in the chat said he said last year he doesn't support what the current administration is doing to this nation.
So I'm saying
Where
beyond
that
that.
quote at?
Let's say he voted for Trump, not knowing. Let's say he voted for Trump in 21, in 25, not know 24 correction, not knowing this was gonna happen. He just thought Trump would come back, good economy. How is he a bigot for doing that because he go against you?
Now watch this. I said this if it wasn't last night, I said this sometime before. I said that I will give those that voted for Trump, I would give them a pass if they're like, hey, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I thought it was going to be like that. I'll give you a pass. Okay, that's fine. And you,
So what if the Arabs call you a bigot for voting against for voting for Obama?
I didn't.
See, my response would be I am a bigot. If meaning I stand down for equality and rights, I am a bigot. See, people know who to try. They might try Courtney, they might try you, but I'm I'm a
What you gonna do
narcissist,
with him,
I'm a
Courtney?
racist. Oh yeah, I'm a racist. I am. What you gonna do about it?
And
They know
hey,
not to mess
how do
with
you
me
come
over
back from
here.
that? How do you go? What are you gonna say to that? And well, I'll be doggone, I guess.
Yeah,
All right, then next point.
yeah, and that's how you always get stupid questions like that, Josh. I'm sorry, that was a stupid question.
No, it's a good point. That was a good point. That was a stupid question.
Because I wish somebody would try me and say I'm a bigot and I'm big, black, and
Y'all are not being consistent. Like I said, I don't care about Jelly Roll or whatever. I care about us. And you're not being consistent. Calling this man a bigot.
How are we not consistent?
Because you're not. Calling this man a bigot.
I didn't call Jelly Roll a bigot.
See, that's my thing, Josh.
Jesse, Courtney over here speaking in tongues, foaming at the mouth before. All of a sudden now, he MAGA. Never mind. Move that Holy Ghost. Never mind.
Oh, no. I
I was like, that is not. That was Josh. I mean, that wasn't Josh. That was my brother here that said that. I was so discombobulated because that thing tickled me. He said, I am a bigot,
am.
What? I didn't expect that. Okay. Nonetheless, I never called him that. I didn't know who he voted for, what was going on. I am always moved by Jelly Roll's speeches. But somebody said he did give a little piece of Rob Parsley. Now I can probably be in like that a little bit.
That's that Tennessee evangelical sound.
See, but
Yeah.
my thing is it goes back to like everybody on that side of the aisle has learned to master the art of words first of all, but learn how to become covert racist in
The dude
that
said he a redneck. How is he racist? He said he was without saying that
if
he was.
all your
No,
friends, if
no.
everybody you hang out
I'm so
with,
tired of us.
if everybody you hang out with is a racist, 9 times out of 10 you a racist.
Do you know who all he hang out with?
I know enough. It ain't no black people down there, but
Wait,
it's
but
You
where's
don't know
your
nothing.
receipt?
You don't
ain't
know
no white
nothing.
people, ain't no
You been
black
Detroit
people over
freezing your
here.
behind off. You don't know
You
nothing.
you
don't
friends
know.
with Kid Rock who claim he from Detroit, whatever. He only friends with black people when it's convenient. Yeah,
Whoa. So if you have a good friend who's a womanizer, are you a womanizer now?
I don't
Mm,
have
now
friends.
wait a minute.
I don't have friends.
You don't
don't know.
Unless
think
we
birds
You
talking
and
don't know.
feathers
about
flock
you.
together?
Okay.
Well, we talking about
What the
you.
equivalent? And a womanizer. The equivalent. I mean, come back, Courtney. Come back, Courtney. I ain't gotta take this. Chat. Listen. Chat. I'm talking to y'all, all right? Y'all got sense. Chat.
Wait, hold on.
To call. Go ahead, Courtney.
Let's bring some order to this thing. What was I about to ask?
Please.
Now, you don't think that birds of a feather flock together?
When it comes to something that strong, no.
What I
When
mean,
you use words like bigot, no.
what I'm
Amos
saying
3:3
is
says,
the example that you used, saying you probably got friends that are womanizers.
I have friends who are Muslim who have a disdain for women. I don't.
Okay.
And we don't
You don't think you a
discuss
tinge
that because
misogynistic?
I'm chauvinist like hell. But I'm telling you, no. But
So then y'all running
but
race.
no. I'm not want to cover my wife up and beat her. No, none of that right there. What I'm saying is just because a person has a view. Now, if that person expresses that, then yes, that's your character. However, for him to say because he's MAGA or because he's from Tennessee and a redneck, he's a racist, no, you have no evidence about that. It's like saying somebody who's from Detroit and
I'm getting sick of these
living
Detroit.
high.
Let's start talking about
I
Macon.
know. Living eight. No,
But he was talking about he was coming to Detroit to hang out. No.
I am. Listen, I love Detroit. I've been there several times.
Sooner,
I get in, go to New Bethel and get
yeah, that's right. Don't go nowhere with me. Because soon as somebody hear you say something about Detroit, you gonna get us all beat up and shot. So that's not going down.
But let me say this. Everyone that I'm surrounded with that are my friends, I'm not gonna sit up here and say we necessarily have the same views. However, our core values are succinct. I will say that.
What does that mean?
Meaning we share similar core values.
Yeah.
What does that mean though? Like values like what? Like views on religion, race?
None of my friends
like,
are out here
like
unaliving people. None of my friends are out here doing overt things that are clearly against our foundational, at the root of us, who we are.
So y'all are saying that Jessy's saying Jelly Roll's friends are out here wanting to lynch blacks, out here keeping
Yeah, he
people
was just talking. He don't know that.
No. He
was just
believes
talking.
it.
He don't know.
Oh yes, I do. You don't have to speak for me, Courtney.
Oh yeah.
I'll double down. Yeah, every time. Don't vouch me.
He would be the worst person to defend.
Yeah, oh no.
Mr. Jesse didn't mean it. Yes, I did.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Okay.
Boy, y'all hilarious.
But no, like for real. Look at this. This is the I was trying to pull this banner up for so long. This is the type of stuff that I hate that goes on nowadays. Jelly Roll fans lash out at singer for joining MAGA favorite Kid Rock at a music festival. Now, people like Josh, you can, oh, hey, bud, you big black dude, hey, and all of that. You can do that stuff to Josh.
Oh, boy.
Josh rolled his eyes for so long, I thought he fell asleep.
You know. See, this is how you got cut off the last time. I'm gonna be Lillian Lloyd. You gonna get cut off.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, Josh. I didn't mean that in no type of way. But you know,
Y'all are crazy.
can you hear us? Is you there?
See, you done messed up the thing.
Josh done messed up my platform.
Y'all, this is hilarious. Look, Dr. T Blue said Jelly Roll is giving black adjacent crossover Christianity. Cool with the blacks that will drop a gospel album and get a stellar nomination and win. She not lying.
Shane Perry. Look at Shane Perry.
Is
Look
this
at these people. Look at, like, we can't keep falling for this as black people.
Is that Dr. T the woman? Dr. T?
That's Dr. Blue. Yeah, y'all
Dr.
go
Blue,
shout
yeah.
out. Y'all go over there and support Dr. Blue. She is amazing.
I was making sure.
For real though, we can't keep allowing the Dr. Blue. You gotta watch her. She's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But for real, like,
well, now, so I don't agree with what Jessie is saying, because I don't know these things to be true as far as he is or not.
In 2026, I don't need too much proof. If you around there, for real though, that's just where I'm at. Because everything, if MAGA can get there, can sit there and be extreme and tell lies and come up with fabrications all the time, why can't I just put two and two together? That's actual reasoning. And then
Mark said that's not you at your core. Is this true or not?
Yeah.
He said he a biggie. He done sat up there and told you that.
I'm a biggie.
What more do you want from him, Josh? He's telling you. When somebody show you who they are, believe them.
But no, for real, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I just sound crazy or not, because there's a couple people that I'm crazy right now. No, but I'll stand on crazy. I don't know why you think I won't, but you know, I'll stand on that because I'm tired of being gaslit. That's what gaslighting means. I'm tired of being gaslit. You sit over there and you hanging out with Kid Rock. Kid Rock is one of the biggest Donald Trump supporters out there. You willing to go do stuff like that? You got these, when you get on the red carpet, you know, I don't talk about politics. You know, I just
hold on, brother. In all fairness, though, hold on. In all fairness, they can't be industry friends? Now, I know I sound very contradictory right now.
You can be industry friends, but that means I'm not going to I'm not coming to your program.
But if you my friend, if you my friend, you gonna support me, right?
It's black people not black people, but it's people in the gospel music industry. I won't support you, you know, because you got a scandal going on, but you still my friend. We'll talk on the back end, you know, because you know a lot of people did that to James Fortune. You know, they did that to James Fortune.
They did.
Yeah, but they still call.
So you that type of friend. So you'll talk to him on the back end, but we can't be seen together.
Sure enough, you right. Yeah,
you just talking. I believe some of what you're saying though, but some of it. Some of this stuff get your ratings, brother. But some of this stuff.
See, Marshawn over here, this is my friend from Facebook.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah, he one of these type of people that'll come and challenge me.
Yes, ain't you saved?
You know, everybody else scared of me on here, but Marshawn like, oh, sissy, I see you for what you worth. But no, for real, no. My thing is, at the same time, you can preach all you want to. Hey, Tarsha.
Hey, Tarsha.
Thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. But you know, we can talk about going out into the highways and byways and all that carrying on. We can talk about that all day. God also said, I don't like no lukewarm person. Pick a side. Okay. Stand on business. I'd rather you just come out and say, I'm a MAGA supporter. This is what I believe in. And it is what it is.
But you don't believe Jelly Roll with what he said?
No, I really don't. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's a dumb redneck from the backwoods or whatever.
He never said he was dumb. He was just saying,
is,
I'm not getting into those things. He said, I don't watch the news. I'm not on social media, because he's trying to live a peaceful, quiet life. It's too much going on out here. You don't believe him.
I'm tired of everybody getting away with this white convenience.
Oh, come on, Jessie, please.
I'm tired of it. And some of you black people, it's a lot of these black people out here. Earl Carter, Earl Carter, Patrick Wooden, y'all get away with, CeCe Winans. She another one. That's Marshawn. That's Marshawn Faye. That's Marshawn Faye. Marshawn gonna come and cuss me out.
Good night, Chad. I love y'all.
Listen, and there's no.
She's a good girl.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm like the devil. Once you come to hell, you stay in hell. You can't.
Ain't no purgatory.
There's no you getting kicked out of heaven. No, I'm like the devil. Once you're here, you stay here. You're not going nowhere.
Jessie, what is wrong, y'all? I hope y'all have been entertained. Because
listen,
I gotta drop down. Had to get something from my friend. But Jessie, come on, bro. You can't be that way, man. You can't be that way, dude.
That's why we have fun over here at the Jessie Show on Millennium Mondays.
I do want to talk about next week, to bring up the point that Courtney made earlier about once you know better, I judge your character now for still supporting someone. I do want to ask next week, what if I'm benefiting from it? Am I still a bad person, or am I still a don't have a
You're a bigot.
Oh yeah, I'm Lillian Lloyd. I'm gonna definitely come on and one more chance, shit to death. Well, we about to we I already done sent you to hell, Josh, tonight.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you blessed. Yeah, I already done sent you the blessed and the apostolic hallelujah. Listen, before you get off of here, give us some final words.
I do want to say, people, please tune in. Jessie has an amazing thing here for us to come on it on every Monday. Get involved. This country is yours as it is the next person. However, if you give up your right, I believe you give up your opinion. Thank you, Courtney and Jessie.
All right. Have a good night, Josh. Well. All right, Courtney, we're gonna wrap it up. So is it anything you wanted to we didn't get to half of what I wanted to talk about tonight, for real. This was so funny. So we're gonna probably have to come over to your channel or something else throughout the week. So because I'm only giving y'all Mondays. I'm not trying to come on here a lot. Because I'm a little on the busy side. But Courtney, you got anything else to say tonight?
It is always a good time and a pleasure to be on your platform and to discuss these things that are so important. Shout out to the chat for maintaining engagement and just
and decorum.
Because unlike you, my God, no. So it's always enjoyable. I'm looking forward to more discussions like this. We must, I'm just going to kind of echo what Josh has said, that we must become involved. And I believe platforms such as yours is that step in the right direction. And since we've done since we've started our thing, I'm seeing other young people talk about politics. And that's why I sent you those clips. And so I think, go ahead.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I know like throughout the week, a couple people, I know my channel is going to be more political based. I've kind of said that already, but I made a video last month sometime, I think. And, just talking about the way everything is set up now. And, in regards to politics becoming Hollywood, that's American culture. It's entered, Donald Trump is really Hollywood eyes, Washington, D.C., So there's no more Michael Jacksons. There are no more Denzel Washingtons running around here. We're talking about politicians more than anybody. So, that's just a part of what we're talking about. And it's so integrated with religion now. It all goes back and forth with each other. So, when I'm thinking about, how I'm going to move and direct my channel, it's like these things just intersect each other now. So it makes it convenient for me. So I don't have to even stick to one niche. I can just talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it,
Right.
So I know it was a couple times, I think on St. James and on even your channel, you was like, well, I don't know if I want to say this, talk about it on your channel. You don't never know who's going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep talking. We just got to keep talking. Like y'all both said, just keep talking. You don't know what's going to hit. You might post a video about something and it might set the algorithm off for you because nobody else is talking about it. So, never wait around for me, because if you wait around for me, you're going to be waiting for a long time. I'm not dependable.
Oh my God. So you a bigot and you're not dependable. Okay, thanks.
You better depend and put your trust in Jesus Christ. Or you're going to be looking tired and through. Because don't depend on me.
Thank you, Jessie.
Make sure y'all go support my girl Courtney. Go support my homeboy Josh. The political views of them ain't the political views of me. Okay, clearly, because I'm a mess. So, but all right, I thank y'all so much for coming over here. If you ain't subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe. I love you with the love of the Lord. That's the only thing I'm gonna say serious tonight, because I love you with the love of the Lord.